Let's start. So far we have 72 people um, logged in to this message. Okay. Blessed, blessed day of the cross. Today the church appointed the cross as an encouragement to us. The church fathers have done so in their infinite wisdom, and also it is not just for the ordinary days, but it is also for now, since we have a major crisis at our hands, a major pandemic. So the cross is supposed to be an encouragement to us, to let us know that Christ is with us, that Christ is our intercessor with the Father. He is God Himself, and He loves us. And He shows us on the cross that He suffered greatly for us. So that would encourage us today, especially today, as we continue our journey to the empty tomb. It's a blessed day of the cross. May the cross and may Jesus the Christ, who was crucified on the cross, be our helper and encourage us to continue our journey, to battle with the current situation, with whatever we have right now, the pandemic of the coronavirus. So it is another message of care, love, and encouragement that I would like to send to you. As you know, or you may not know, there have been today alone 14,000 new cases of the coronavirus. I would like you to take that very seriously. It is very important to follow what the civil authorities are telling us to do, including social distancing, including personal hygiene, so that we don't participate in spreading this virus. 14,000 new cases just today alone. We need to take that very seriously, but at the same time, we cannot panic. We cannot panic. We need to be calm. We need to have order in our lives as we seclude ourselves in our homes. And we need to have a schedule so that order is kept at home. I wrote down a list of few things that I would like you to consider to do in order to keep order, in order to remove panic. Here's the first one. I would discuss the current situation with the children. Why are we staying at home? Including the seriousness of the situation, but to a certain extent, so that the children do not panic. I would have a specific schedule for every day. I would have a specific schedule for every day. I would do the morning routine as if we are going to work, as if we're sending the children to school. We get dressed, we have breakfast, we do our morning prayers. After doing that, the schedule should have some spiritual reading, should have work as well that we do from home. The children have to have some homework to do, some prayer, again, as a family. And also, we can do that at a dedicated corner for prayer. It can be as simple as one icon. And that's where the family gathers to say its prayers. it is very important to have a routine every day so that we don't get overly stressed, so that we don't panic, and so that the children remain calm as well. We also need to allow the children to have some fun. We need to have some fun. Let's play some board games. Let's take a walk, but keeping the social distancing in mind so that we're not within 6 feet of anyone else. This is very important to have some fun, to relieve stress, because of what St. Anthony the Great tells us to do. You see, some people came to St. Anthony the Great and noticed that his monks, they came to him in the desert, and they noticed that his monks were running after each other, having fun, and those people, visitors, came to St. Anthony the Great and said to him, wait a minute, we thought that you're a monk, you're monastic, and you have monks here, but they're having fun. They're laughing, they're running after each other. That's not allowed. So St. Anthony the Great told them, show me your bow and arrow. Put the arrow in the bow and pull it. They said they did. He said, pull it some more. They did. He said, pull it some more. They did for the third time. And then he said again, pull it some more. And they said, no, we can't pull it anymore. It will break. So St. Anthony the Great told them, so is our situation. If we don't relieve stress, if we don't have some fun, then we are going to break as well. For this reason, we need to allow during our day some stress relievers. The children can do Sunday school curriculum as well. There is at the Archdiocese website, there is a curriculum that they can follow, and you can teach them that as they are having fun, as part of their fun. They can do some homework for school so that they don't fall behind in their school. Contemplating life, contemplating how we got here is very important, so that we learn from it, so that we move forward and not look back and not panic and not despair. For this reason, I would like to share with you a few lines from the homily of St. Isaac the Syrian. It's homily number 8 of the ascetical homilies, of his ascetical homilies. He says, whoever is walking upon the path of God must give thanks to him for all the things that come upon him, and revile and blame his own soul. So we must be thankful. I suggest in the morning, as we do family prayer, that each one of the family recites at least 3 things that we are blessed with. 3 things that are unique, every day unique 3 things. And by doing so, we feel blessed. We feel privileged with God. And that's why he says we must thank God for all the things that he gave us. And the things that are not good in our lives, to blame them on ourselves, so that we humble ourselves. And know that he would not have been delivered over by his provider is God, except for the sake of negligence. So St. Isaac the Syrian is telling us that we have been negligent. And we need to take care of that through prayers, in order that his mind might be awakened. He is possibly telling us that everything that is bad in our lives is due to us. And sometimes God brings certain things into our lives to awaken our minds. Or else because he has become puffed up. Either because we have become negligent, or we have become puffed up. Our egos have gone way out of proportion. So he's asking us to thank God for everything that he gave us and contemplate our lives the way it has been happening. But you should not be overly disturbed on this account, nor quit the arena and the fight. You see, as St. Paul says, we are athletes. We are warriors. We must finish the race. We cannot quit now. And St. Isaac the Syrian is repeating that, reiterating that. But he, meaning us, should not be overly disturbed in this account, nor quit the arena and the fight, nor leave himself free of self-reproach, lest his evil grow twofold. Excuse me for a second. So basically, let me repeat that sentence. Despite all of the things that have happened in our lives, good or bad, we need to thank God for the good and the bad, but blame ourselves for the bad. We need not to be neglectful, we need not to be puffed up, but at the same time, with all the stresses of the life that we have, we cannot be disturbed. We cannot quit the arena. We cannot quit the race. We have to finish the race, as St. Paul says. Otherwise, we will fall into despair. And that is exactly what we need to avoid, especially in our current situation. I don't want to spend much more time on all of that. I think it is very clear, and we will save the video and post it as well. If you have any questions, please ask them by sending a message to this group. As you're doing that, as you're formulating your question, let me reiterate what I was saying. We need to have a schedule every day for us and for the children. The schedule must include prayers at a prayer corner that can be as simple as an icon. We must pray as a family. We must do our work from home. We must do the children must do their homework, engage in Sunday school, and there are suggestions for Sunday school at the Archdiocese website. At the same time, we need to have fun. We need to FaceTime our friends and our relatives. Check on our relatives to make sure that they're okay, they have food, they have water. And by doing that, a routine during the day, we will not be bored, we will not be stressed as much, but at the same time, we continue to be connected to the church and to God and not be away from Him. I see there are some questions here that I'd like to answer. Is there an effort going on at the diocese to assist others during this difficult time? I am aware of the Christian community in my town that is delivering groceries to their elderly and shut-ins. This needs to be done at the local church level. Each church, under the leadership of its priest, of her priest that is, needs to engage in doing that in every community. But keep in mind that if you deliver food to the elderly, we don't need to have contact with the elderly. We can leave the food at the door, and we can call them and tell them the food is at the door, but at the same time, we need to have clean hands. So if we have the virus on our hands, we don't transmit it to them. But this needs to be done at the local level, at the parish level. How can the church help the many people losing their jobs? We can help them by encouraging them, by praying for them, by sending them food if they need food. But at the same time, I understand at the federal level there will be packages to help every American in this regard. This will take, as I understand, upward of $2 trillion to help everyone who has lost their job or has been furloughed from their job. So there is a package that is being approved right now at the federal level, and it will go out to everybody. God willing, it will be received by everybody, and everyone will benefit from it. Yet, if they have social distancing, okay, that's a very good question. We need to have social distancing, but at the same time, we need our brothers and sisters in Christ. We can't be too far from them, and thank God for technology today. We can use it in a beneficial way. As I mentioned earlier, we can do FaceTime, we can call every day, we can pray for everybody every day, especially the first responders, the nurses, the doctors, the medical staff. We need to pray for them because they are the ones who are at the front lines, and they can contract the virus readily. So yes, we need to exercise social distancing, but at the same time, we need to know that we will continue to need each other, and we can use technology to do that. We should not be visiting each other so that we do not contribute to the spread of the virus. What if we are not being negligent or behaving in a puffed up manner? Is there another reason for bad times as per your reading? Absolutely. Not all of us are puffed up. Not all of us are negligent. Some of us are. I know I am puffed up and negligent, and I'm working on that. But those who are not puffed up or negligent, we must not forget the role of the evil one. We must remember that when we get on the narrow road that the church describes, he does not leave us alone. The evil one wants to get us. If we neglect the church, he will leave us alone because he would have had us in his hand. So the devil is the source of all of these problems. Why are we, if we are puffed up, why are we puffed up? Because of words that come to our minds from the devil and from us as well. So we should never forget that the devil exists and his goal is to bring us down with him. Next Sunday is the Sunday of St. John Climacus, Sunday of the Ladder, John of the Ladder. And if you have that icon at home, you will see that as we climb the rungs of the ladder, the demons hook us and bring us down. So we must not forget about the devil and his demons. St. Nicholas in Springdale wrote a safety protocol to deliver emergency supplies when needed. Please be careful and sanitize things before delivery. Jeremy, can you please email me that? I will look at it and I will email it to all the parishes. Father Alex, everyone could call their pew neighbors to check on them. Absolutely. We need to do that. It's not just our relatives and our neighbors in our homes, but also our pew neighbors, our fellow faithful parishioners in the churches. We can call them, we can check on them, and we can help them as well. If there are no more questions, I'll give you one more minute and then we will end. I can see that we have about 105 people who have logged in. Those who have not been able to log in at this time, we will save the video and post it on Facebook, and we will email it to everyone, and we will put it on all the band group as well. I see there is one more question. Thank you. What are the plans for Holy Week and Pascha? We're reassessing the situation every day. If it continues the way it is, we're going to have to do it remotely. God willing, I'm hopeful that it will not continue to be this way. But realistically speaking, Holy Week is 3 weeks away. And as cases of the coronavirus increase every day, yesterday there was 7,600 cases. Today there are 1,300 cases. So it's continuing to grow. And if that continues, then we will have to have the services with live feed from the churches. This morning we had a live feed on band for the entire diocese. There was some technical difficulties with it early on, but there was another link that was published by Michael Barclay in band to follow it, and we brought it to the whole diocese from Murfreesboro, St. Elizabeth Church in Murfreesboro. It was wonderful. I participated in it myself from home. And if the situation continues, we will have to do the same for Holy Week and Pascha. Sharon is saying we can flatten the curve in 3 weeks possibly, God willing. Well, I am all for that. Let's hope that we can flatten the curve. As they say on TV, instead of having a peak, we can flatten the curve so that we don't have too many cases at the same time and overwhelm our medical people and our hospitals, so that it is manageable and more people will be cured and survive. Thank you, Al. He likes the encouragement. I am with you all the way, and we will continue to do this live feed every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. I'd like to let you know about something that I'm working on. I have contacted 3 physicians, a pulmonologist, a neurologist, an infection prevention and epidemiology person, and we might have a Zoom session towards the end of the week, probably Friday. And we will send the link on Zoom to all of you. You can all log in. We will have the session moderated. They will update us on what is going on, and you can even ask questions live. God willing, we will have that towards the end of the week, probably on Friday. Well, thank you everyone. God bless you. And we will end it right here. And I wish you a wonderful and blessed week. We will publish a schedule of where we're going to do a live feed for the services during the week, this coming week, so you can participate in that live feed. God bless you. Keep up the good works and stay optimistic and hopeful. Bye-bye.